Okay, so part 4, or day 4, whatever, I don't really remember. However, God, this is uncomfortable. The plan for today is likely to get the carburetors off. That's just hooked up to the engine block here. And then get the fluids drained and potentially the rear tire off. I'm definitely going to have to put it up on the motorcycle jack at that point. Otherwise, I'm going to be dragging this everywhere and I don't want to do that. So I need to get some cardboard under here so I don't make a mess all over the floor. And I need to come up with a good way of storing the fluid that I drain. I do have an old antifreeze bottle. It's a little tall, so I might need to cut it off, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having it as a bottle. I need to be able to store it, so I might use that as like a collector and then find an old water bottle and just put it all in there. I can't imagine there's too much oil in here, but the oil does need to come out for when I take the engine out. So after doing that, I can probably also take off these reservoirs. And once the carburetors come off, the throttle control and all that stuff can come off really easily. So anyway, I'm in store for a pretty busy evening, but I'll have the Redskins game playing for myself over here in the corner. Let me know if you want to see any specific angles of anything going on, or if I should be really careful about a certain part, if it's notorious for breaking or being broken. That'll help out a lot. So anyway, let's get cracking. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Okay, I think I have all the bolts off for the exhaust that I need to come off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly tap and pull on them. I'm going to wear some glasses so I don't get anything in my eyes or something falls on my face. So the last thing I want to do is have something fall off and hit me. So I'm just going to slowly see if I can work the exhaust off. So let's see what happens. Well, unfortunately, it looks like the camera wasn't working for a bit, but it was a huge struggle. I got the carburetors off. Trying to get back to these mounting holes was absolutely impossible with the Allen wrench set that I had. I did get the exhaust off as well. I think I'm gonna run into some difficulty. It looks like I bent one of these mounts on the other side. I don't know if I can replace those. Right now what I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to disconnect the wiring for the carburetor. And then I will probably honestly call it a day after that. Just super frustrating with the exhaust potentially bent, and this took about an hour and a half to get off. I probably should have just wiggled it and pulled it out, and that would have been a lot simpler. I would have saved a lot of time. But you live and learn. This is supposed to go in there. Trying to keep everything together so I don't forget it. Yeah, I'll probably just do that, and then it'll be right around time for dinner and when I need to pick up my Christmas cards. I'll cover up these ports with some blue painter's tape just so it tries to block as much humidity as possible from getting in. I don't know really if any of this stuff comes off or should come off. I may just leave it and take it all out as one big assembly. I'll maybe make an A-frame or something to jack it up and take it out. I'm not really sure yet, but let me go ahead and get the rest of these cables off. Well, it's been a long time trying to get those carburetors off. There's like some condensed rubber mounting system for them, and it was really difficult to get to the Allen screws, and then I was struggling with it, and I pulled it off. I unfortunately didn't have my my other camera charging, so it died and it didn't get a chance to see. But my reaction was pretty priceless. It was basically pull it off, sit there, contemplate life for at least a minute, and then move on. Taking off the exhaust, it looks like I may have slightly bent one of the exhaust mounting bolts. So if you know if those are able to be replaced easily, I would love to know. Otherwise, I didn't get a chance to get the rear tire off or the fluids drained. I was spending too much time with the exhaust and the carburetors. I actually have some gas that leaked here, but I think I need a break for a day or two just to let my back rest. Leaning over a lot working on this can really give you some back pain. But so I think my next plan of attack hopefully will be something easy, and it'll just be taking these controls off, getting the probably the caliper off the front tire, and then working on the back tire. I don't know where I'm going to be able to mount rest the motorcycle jack. There's not really a flat spot under there. I might need to put some pieces of wood under there just to make it so I'm not resting on the fins of the oil pan. I don't want to bend anything or break anything. So once that's all off, then all that's really left is the engine and then the forks. I kind of want to get the engine out first just because that's such a big piece. I'm thinking it'll make maneuvering the rest of this a lot easier. But really, I think there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 really key areas that need to be taken off the bike. Once they come off, then I'm gonna just start tearing into everything and cleaning it all up, making sure it looks pretty, trying to see what parts on the new frame need attention, and then start swapping over, really. Once all my spare parts are all good, I can just start installing them on the new one. This is being a little bit more of a head scratcher than I thought it would, but that's to be expected. At least it's not a full-fledged car where I would probably still be, you know, taking the trunk carpet out or something silly like that. So that's why I like bikes, even though I've really only taken apart one. I've done minimal work on the other two that I own, but this is the first real teardown that I've done. A true testament, or test, or whatever, of my mechanical skills. So, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again.